These metropolitan areas are massive, and the craziest part about the following metros is that their hub city is barely a chunk of the population. Now I know what you're gonna say,
Duh, Dale, that's how metros work. The hub is always smaller than the overall metro.
but these metros take that to the extreme. Just to set the stage, the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area is about 8.1 million people, with Dallas and Fort Worth representing about 27% of total population. The San Francisco Bay Area is about 4.6 million people, with San Francisco and San Jose making up 40% of that total population. And the first example I use to prove my point is Tampa, Florida. And side note, a lot of these tiny hub, big metro cities are in Florida. Now, Tampa has a moderate population of about 388,000 people, but the entire metro has 3.1 million people. So about 3 million people are calling Tampa home, but only 11.6% of that population actually lives in Tampa. Now let's think about that. Two of California's biggest cities together make about 2 million people, but their entire metro only makes about 1 million more people than a relatively small city in Florida. And Orlando is the same way. It's only about 11% of its entire 2.5 million metro population. But those don't compare to the two craziest metros in the country. These next couple cities are the epitome of suburban sprawl, and those two cities are Miami and Atlanta, each only representing about 7.2% and 7.8% respectively of their entire metro population. Both of the cities are in the 400,000 range for their population, but both of these metros are in the 6 million people range. I don't know about you, but I just find this so interesting that such large populations revolve around these relatively tiny populations. I mean, it's really all got to do with commerce and industry, geographic location, and self-regulation and local politics. Because obviously, people who live in West Palm Beach, Florida, an hour's drive away from Miami, don't want to be regulated by Miami's laws. Which is fair, because they have their own unique needs and desires, even though they're considered to be part of the Miami Metro. Anyway, all the population data came from Ursus.com, and be sure to follow if you want to geek out on more US city data with me.